What's going on, guys? It's me, Jelana Fan 2016 here, and today we have a brand new video series for you guys. I hope you guys are excited for today's video. Today marks the start of a brand new video series that is coming to my channel today, and I'm just super excited to get into this. A lot of things have been going on with me as of late with all these collectible shows and all these stuff, but I'm just super excited to get into today's video. So without being said, ladies and gentlemen, today I introduce you the first video for my Aviation Memorabilia Haul series. So how this works is, it's not gonna be like all various like models, because like mass unboxings are quite different. This is actually gonna be all the items of my aviation memorabilia collection. So as the title says, basically, like, it's gonna be an aviation memorabilia haul. So I'm gonna be going over what aviation memorabilia items I have in my collection and some that I got from collectibles shows. So super excited for this. So with that being said, we're gonna start things off, or this video series off, with all the malls, or not really, well, that's coming soon, but this video will be talking about all the items I got from the San Francisco Airline Collectible Show and Sale on September 21st, 2024. So, as you can see, well, let me go into background information about that one-day show. So, the 39th semi-annual, once again, San Francisco Airline Collectible Show took place on September 21st, 2024 at 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Best Western Plus Grosvenor Hotel, or Grosvenor, or not sure how you pronounce it, but here's the flyer right here. So it's at the Best Western Plus Airport Hotel, close to SFO Airport. So as you can see, this is their flyer right there. I got this from the Airlines International Convention in Kansas City this year. They were having these flyers right here, and yeah, you can see buying, selling, trading of airline and aviation memorabilia and collectibles. And here is the backside. So this is the flyer right here once again, and yeah, it goes into various like details on that. So yeah, the spring show, I'll talk about the spring show in a moment, but yeah, you get a free airport shuttle to the Grosvenor Hotel, yeah, I think that's how I say it, but yeah, and general admission is only $8, children under 12 is for free. So yeah, that's it for like this flyer right here. So I got a handful of like aviation memorabilia items from that collectible show, and I'm just super excited to get into this video for you guys to mark a brand new video series on my channel. So without being said, let's get started with the haul video, shall we? So let's get started. So yeah, I have my Legend Airlines folder, but yeah, these are all the models I got from that, well, all the items. I'm thinking of models because I also got some models in there too. But yeah, super excited to get into this. Let's get started. Alright, so here we go. So I got my Legend Airlines folder I got from Airlines 2024. These are all like, well, it stores all the various like aviation memorabilia items I got from the SFO show. So I'm gonna open this up and I'm gonna go through all these one by one. So here's the Hemisphere magazine. I'll talk about that later, well, during the video segment. Here's a safety card of a United 787. Here's some San Francisco flyers right there, and all of the various PSA items, like a PSA timetable. I'll go over those once we get into them one by one. So yeah, here they all are. So yeah, a lot of, well, you can say a lot of them, but yeah, those are all the items I got. So here we go. So I mean, like, I'll say it's not really like a lot, because I arrive at the Grosvenor Hotel somewhere around like 12:30 in the afternoon on that day. So yeah, I came from work, and yeah, my shift ended at around like kind of like 10. So after I came back to my car, I went straight to SFO so I can see what this collectible show is like. So yeah, these are all the various aviation memorabilia items right there. So we're gonna get started with the small ones, and we're gonna like pretty much end off with like one of my favorites, like favorite picks I got from the collectible show. So super excited to get into this. So without being said, everybody, let's get started with the SFO Airline Memorabilia Haul. So let's get started with our first items. Alright, let's begin things off with the flyers. So I got a handful of flyers, and yeah, whenever I get those flyers, they're technically for free, so no need to pay for all these flyers right here. So we're gonna get started with, so yeah, I just like got two flyers. Well, those are the flyers on one of them. So we're gonna get started. Well, I'm just gonna like go into individuals, since like I kind of got a couple of duplicates of them. So let's get started with our next SFO Airline Collectible Show, which will be the 40th semi-annual SFO one-day show on March 8th, 2025, same location and time. So as you can see, this will be the spring 2025 show. Now, as for the SFO show itself, they host these shows twice a year, so you have one in March, and the other one is for September. So they did announce it though, so I think September 20th of 2025 will be in the next SFO show for 2025. They haven't released a flyer yet, but I did see it at the World Airline Historical Society website. So, but make sure you mark your calendars for that one. But I'll be making sure to mark my calendar for the 40th semi-annual collectible show at spring, March 8th, 2025. So yeah, I kind of like the same. It's almost like the similar look as for the September one, except there's a green. There's various colors of green, while this one has various colors of orange almost. So yeah, that's the difference. Now for my next flyer, make sure to attend this convention or this collectible show, because this is the big one. Airliners International 2025 from June 25 to 28th of 2025 at Atlanta, Georgia at the Delta Flight Museum. A very exciting convention for you all. I've been to all the previous airlines conventions in Dallas and Kansas City, and I'm just super excited for Atlanta, Georgia right there. I had a layover in ATL already, so I kind of know a little bit of it, not really too much about the ATL area, but I kind of got a little bit of a sneak peek of what the ATL area is like. And then, as you can see, this is the inside. The last convention, the last airlines convention that was held in ATL was in 2019. And yeah, this is what it looks like. You can see the Spirit Delta 762 right there, and then you can see some flight simulations of the L1011. And yeah, you can see all various stuff from the Delta Flight Museum, and yeah, all things Delta. So really cool to have the convention hall or the collectibles area at the Delta, the venue hall at the Delta Flight Museum. So yeah, super excited for that. And then you can see all the various back details right there. So you can scan, and yeah, you can pause and read if you want. So yeah, a lot of stuff for ATL, and yeah, I'm just super excited for Atlanta, Georgia. I'll probably make an announcement if I'm gonna be going or not, but highly likely I might be going. Over 25 vendor tables, so that's a lot of, not 25, over 250 vendor tables. So that's quite a lot of vendor tables for the Delta Flight Museum. No registration required, open to the public, and you can see all the various times right there. So super excited to have this flyer right here, and I also got 2 flyers for the ATL convention. So yeah, once again, make sure to attend the Airliners International 2025 convention, June 25 to the 28th of 2025, and trust me, you're gonna be blown away by all the various memorabilia halls right there. Largest airline collectible show and history conference right there. And now as for the SFO show, I think I got dozens of the flyers for the SFO show in March, and yeah, you can see a lot. And yeah, by my I don't even know. I decided to get a lot because yes, but yeah, when I mean a lot, I mean a lot. But yeah, decided to keep them anyway. Maybe I might send this to give this to a couple. But under that, those are your flyers right there. So yeah, that's it for all the flyers. So overall, got a handful of flyers right there, especially for the ones for the SFO show on March 8th. I think they did say, oh, you can take as many as you want. So I did that. And here, once again, here is the Airliners 2025 convention in ATL right there. So yeah, those are your flyers right there. Let's move on to our next category. The next category we'll be taking a look at is a couple of cards that I have. So kind of the business cards / trading cards I managed to get from the collectible show. We're gonna get started with a couple just one business card. And this is the only business card I have, and this is from Plainly Speaking, and you can see their website, www.plainlyspeaking.com, and Brian Ward is the owner. I think from what I saw from my experience from the collectible show, I think this is the guy or the brand, the company who's been selling models. They had a vendor table full of models. I think it's either I'm thinking it's the one where they had all the various NG and all the Airbus A350s, the Delta A350, Philippine A350, EasyJet A350. I think that was coming from him, and you can see this is their telephone number right there, so you can call them, and then there's the email right there, and then this is their location and PO box. And then on the back side it says, don't forget to visit our sites, www.plainlyspeaking.info and www.plainlyspeaking.biz. Email us at this BAE146 link right there. So yeah, that's their email. So yeah, really cool guy. I managed to talk with Brian for a bit, and yeah, really cool. Honestly, it's a really cool vendor table, and yeah, the amount of models he has is really amazing right there. And the only trading card I got is this San Francisco International Airport trading card. I'm not sure if this is considered a trading card, but you can see the international terminal right there. you can see San Francisco International, and then on the back, you can see all the various like details right there, like all the various like bullet points. And I think this is kind of like some facts right there, so you can pause and read. I might read a couple. So like in 1927, excuse me, the city of San Francisco commissioned Millsfield Municipal Airport of San Francisco, which will eventually become SFO. The O in SFO is simply a placeholder, so yeah, San Francisco. I think O and like the last letter of Francisco is O, so I'm guessing. And in 2012, SFO opened the first yoga room in the airport, which I don't know why I read that. It's kind of like a more simple thing. It's not really too big of a deal. For like it's kind of like just a open area, but not really too significant. And then you can see all these various like bullet points, and then you can see what the inside of the international terminal is like right there. And then you can see their old logo. So this is their previous logo. They introduced their newer logo in August of this year, 2024. So really cool to have these trading cards right there, so let me just set them down. And yeah, you can see all the various like trading cards I have. So yeah, not really trading cards, but also business cards as well. So really glad to pick those up. And yeah, maybe I might display the SFO one and probably like visit Plainly Speaking's website right there. So those are your cards right there. So we're gonna be moving on to our next like set of memorabilia items. So let's move on to those. The next set of memorabilia items are a couple of postcards / pictures I was able to get. So I saw one vendor table that was selling like pictures and postcards. I think they were about like, they didn't cost that much. I'm guessing like $1 to $5 if I were to take a guess. But here they are right here. So I got 1, 2, 3. Hang on, gotta count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I got 7 postcards. So, well, pictures of course. So this is the only postcard that I got. So this is a United 747-400 in the Battleship Gray livery. And as I pull at the back, so it shows the 747, and it also like on how they show like the stats of the 747, so you can see the fuselage length, wingspan, maximum gross takeoff weight, and the range of this aircraft. And you can see here, you're able to fly a third of the way around the world without stopping. A United Airlines 747-400 can accommodate over 400 passengers in a cabin that contains the greatest passenger interior volume of any commercial airliner. So really cool to have this, and honestly, this is a very nice photo of the Battleship Gray United 747. So I'll just put that aside right here. The next picture, these are all pictures by the way, so these are all pictures, so this is the only postcard I got. So we'll be moving on to some pictures right now. Here we have this Philippine Airlines. I'm guessing this is like it's like a older 747, which I'm taking a guess this could be like the 747-200, I think. I'm not sure if Philippine Airlines operated the 742 back then. I'm not sure if they even operated the 741, but I will have to look in the history of Philippine Airlines, in their history fleet right there. So this is what I'm assuming could be a 747-200 from Philippine Airlines. Next up, we have a PSA BAE 146. This is registered November 359er Papa Sierra. Real cool shot right there. And yeah, I've been on the grind with these PSA since PSA is California's airline, and I've been so used to PSA's operations. They have a unique business module and an interesting passenger experience, almost similar to Southwest almost. So that's the PSA BAE 146. Next up, I got a couple of Delta widgets. So I got a Delta 727-200 in the widget livery. I'm not sure where this is landing from, but it's some kind of desert. And then I also have this Delta 737-200 landing as well. This is a very nice undershot of the aircraft, so you can see it's operated by a Irish registration, which I'm quite surprised. Echo India Bravo Oscar November is the registration for this aircraft. I'm quite surprised. I didn't know Delta Airlines had some 732s with an Irish registration, so that's a really unique aircraft right there. So we'll put those aside. I also have a Hawaiian Airlines L1011 TriStar. So of course, me being working with Hawaiian Airlines, I decided to collect more Hawaiian Airlines memorabilia items. So here's their L1011 in their older livery. I think this is the only livery, the only time this livery was worn on the L1011. So, and if I can see, I think that's November 7668 Echo, if I were to guess, or yeah, it's kind of I'm trying. Hang on, let me look a little closer. So November. Oh, here it is. So November 76. I'm thinking this is 7668 Echo. So really cool to have some more United memorabilia. I also got the United 767 magnet from Airlines 2024. So why not get this one as well? And then the final picture is like a plethora of DC-10-10s for United Airlines in the solid bass sleeve, and some 767 right there. Maybe that could be American Airlines, but also cool picture right here. And yeah, there were a lot of DC-10s for United Airlines back then during like the 80s and 70s, so really cool to have a picture of one. So that's it for all the photos. So once again, I have a total of 7 photos right there. You guys don't want to see all those yet, but as you can see, a nice plethora of photos, and I'm really glad to have these photos to like display one day. So maybe I might display them in my walls or something, but still cool to have them for my memorabilia collection right there. Alright, so we're gonna move on to an oddball right here. So I decided to get this because I think my parents, when they flew with United Airlines, it's a United Airlines memorabilia item by the way, but when my parents flew United from like San Francisco to Manila back in like, well, my mom did flew to Manila with United in March, but I think she may have gotten me a Hemisphere magazine on her way back, so I was able to have that. By the way, it's already there. Like, I mean, I would like to show it to you, but maybe some other video, I would guess. Yeah, like some other video, I'll show it to you guys. But I was able to grab another United Airlines Hemisphere magazine, and here it is. So I have two now. So this is the front cover. So it says United Airlines Hemispheres, 3 perfect days in Seattle. So yeah, United Airlines, they do have these magazines when you fly on them. I'm planning on trying to fly with United at some point, so I can try to at least get one, but here is one of their Hemisphere magazines. This was issued, as you look on the side right here, in August of 2012, so this is a really old Hemisphere magazine. Road Trips of 2012, the Hemisphere Q&A with Kenny Chesney, that's kind of like I was trying to like pronounce that name correctly, but yeah, as you open up the page, you can see all the various like advertisements. I'm not really gonna go over too much on this. It's just promotions. But other than that, this cool. Like, still cool to take a look at to see what United has sponsored. Like, there's a Jamba Juice advertisement right here. I've been drinking some Jamba Juice during once in a while. Well, not really once in a while, but quite often. And as you can see, there's also my fleet page, like a fleet page of United Airlines. If I could try to look for that, I think it's all the way. Yes, there it is. So here's our fleet page right there. So as you can see, they used to operate some 747-400s, which you can see right there. I think this was oh yeah, I think, did they order the 787 in 2012? It says right here, so like this is the description right there, but yeah, this is their 787. And then you can see the 777-200 and 200ER, 767-200s, 300ERs, and 400ERs. So they used to operate some 762s back then, and some 752s and 300s. Those are still active in service. But they also have the 737-500, 737-700, 737-800, 900, and the 900ER. The 737-500 had since then been retired from the fleet, and then you got the AC-19 and AC-20, which many of them are active in the fleet as of late. So real cool right there. And then you can see some customs and immigration. Those are mainly for like people who are traveling internationally. So yeah, there's that. And then if I can try to look, here's their terminal diagram. So you can see the terminal diagram for Houston IH, Newark Liberty International EWR, ORD Chicago O'Hare, Denver International DEN, Washington Dulles, and of course SFO, of course being like the airport I would commonly travel internationally from. So you can see, as I pull it up close, you can see the International Terminal G, and then you can see International Terminal A. So you can see, I think United Airlines mainly operates like in Terminal 3, but then sometimes United Airlines would sometimes park at the International G gates in case they want to like fly internationally. So you can see this is all their gates at Terminal 3, and then you can see all the various other gates. United also operates out of Terminal 1. I'm not sure if they still do, but I think all of them transferred to Terminal 3. I think Terminal 1 is Alaska, Delta, and then Terminal 2 is, oh wait, I think Terminal 2 is Alaska and Breeze, and then Terminal 1 is, I'm guessing, American and, oh wait, I think Hawaiian, American, and Delta operates out of Terminal 1. But yeah, those are the gates right there. It also shows you some other international, like other terminal diagrams right here. So you can see LAX right there, Los Angeles International, Cleveland Hopkins International, CLE is right there. And then they also got some international airports too. Like you also got Tokyo Narita in there. So here's Narita Airport. They operate out of Terminal 1, Frankfurt International, they operate also out of Terminal 1, since I think that's a Star Alliance gate, since you can see all like the Star Alliance like airlines right there. You can see Air China, ANA, Asiana, Lufthansa, Lat Polish, Egypt Air, and then all your various like Star Alliance. I think Terminal 1 is also a Star Alliance gate as well in Narita. And then you can see Guam too, so United also has the hub in Guam, so you can see like flights on the 737. You will find like United 737s like in Guam, and they will like fly out of like these various like Asian or like Australian destinations. So that's really cool. Like one example I can think of is their Guam to Manila service on a 738, and I think the upcoming Cebu to Guam on a United 737. So really cool on how United Airlines is utilizing that aircraft on these unique routes. I think they also would operate out of like the various like, I'm guessing maybe French Polynesia if I were to guess, but I'm not really quite sure. But yeah, those are the two known routes I can think of, and they also have a route for London Heathrow as well. Once again, they also operate out of Terminal 1. And yeah, really cool. So Terminal 1 from Chicago, Washington DC, SFO, and LAX. And then for Terminal 4, United Airlines only operates out of Newark and Houston. And then you can see like their Mileage Plus members. So Mileage Plus ranks #1 in award seats availability among US global carriers. And yeah, the rest are just other like, here's some more like airlines and partnerships. You can see United's partnerships. Some of these airlines are either like, well, cease operations, and some other like these alliances are probably already like away from the Star Alliance. So you can see Blue One's not there. I'm not sure if Brussels Airlines still exists. I know US Airways does not, since they merged with American. And then you can see all the various like stuff right there. So yeah, I think the rest are just all extra advertisements. So yeah. But other than that, really cool magazine. Really glad to have another United Airlines Hemisphere magazine right here. And overall, maybe I might read more of this. I mean, like, I'm not really like into like reading some magazines, but I'm more interested on like United's like fleet history and all the various like airports they operate out of. So yeah, that is the United Airlines Hemisphere magazine right there. We got 2 more items I'll be taking a look at, and these 2 I do want to save for last because these are what really interests me. So with that being said, but yeah, that is it for the Hemisphere magazine. We got 2 more memorabilia items to take a look at because I want to save these 2 for probably my best picks I got. But other than that, really excited to get into those 2. So with that being said, let's move on to the first item out of the 2 memorabilia items I have. Alright, so we have 2 more memorabilia items to take a look at. Now I decided to save these 2 because these I got to be one of my favorite purchases I got during the show. And I got 1 safety card and 1 timetable. We're gonna get started with a timetable. Now, I've been like fascinated about this airline. I've kind of been researching about the history of this airline and all their operations and the fleet they have. So, and yeah, it's an airline that's based here in California, and then they were like operate flights throughout the West. So, super excited to like get this timetable for myself. I'm not sure if I have a similar timetable like this, but I think this could be my first timetable out of this airline. So, with that being said, I got a timetable from Pacific Southwest Airlines, or PSA. And yeah, this is the airline that I've been like really fascinating about the history. And yeah, they have a very unique business model, almost similar to Southwest. But yeah, here it is, the PSA timetable from February 17th, 1988. And this is actually one of their last timetables they published because around this time, or this year, they're in the progress of like merging with US Airways. So as you can see, not US Airways, US Air. So as you can see, PSA, now our smile is even better or wider. So let me reread this. So PSA, now our smile is even wider. And then you can see the US Air logo right there. So in 1988, I think April of 1988 is when PSA fully merged with US Air. So that's the reason why they're kind of publishing this timetable. Because like currently around this time, they're kind of in the progress of like merging with US Air. So you can see flights, and this is their system timetable, and then triple miles through 1988 for executive flying club members. And here's the backside. You'll get lots of mileage out of this card. So I'm guessing this could be the PSA credit card they offer. And yeah, I think this is like almost like their mileage programs almost. You get like a PSA credit card and then you can like accumulate miles out of that. So that's really cool. As I turn the page, you can see all the various flights, and then you can see all the passenger reservation calls. So you can see one at Sacramento. So there's Sacramento, Yeah, there is. So here's the numbers right there. You also got some numbers from Reno, Portland, Fresno, Inglewood, Las Vegas, Long Beach, San Francisco, and then you can also see their air cargo airport locations. And Sacramento is on that list, which is right there, SMF. And then you also get some other like airports on the west. And here's their timetable right there. There's actually on the bottom that says, like, indicates some like letters, so you can see NW indicates Northwest Airlines flights, AL indicates US Airways flights, or US Airways, US Air flights, and then AC is Air Canada flights. Let's look at Sacramento, just for the sake of it. So, like an example for that, for instance. So let me try to look for the page on where Sacramento is. Here it is. So here's Sacramento on page 21. So as you can see, from Detroit, you'll depart SMF at 8:05 a.m. and then you will have a layover at LAX, so this is one of their stops. And then you will take a Northwest Airlines flight, so NW indicates Northwest Airlines. So you'll take Northwest Airlines going to Detroit, and then you arrive at Detroit at 8:17 p.m. Well, over here is Sacramento. This is where it starts. Here's some Albuquerque flights. So you depart SMF at 6:15 a.m. and you arrive at SMF or at LAX. There's like a lot of layovers or stops at LAX. And then you would take another PSA flight going to Albuquerque, and then you arrive there at 11:54 a.m. So this is kind of like the triangular route they offer. So you'll depart out of one airport, you have a stopover at the other airport, and then you arrive at your destination airport. And I'm thinking they would go back to Sacramento if I were to take a guess. And yeah. And just like their frequency right there. So as you can see, I'm not sure what this really means about the frequency. But yeah, that's there. Or this can be like the weekly frequency. So I think WE, I'm guessing weekends, I guess. And then you have this Albuquerque flight from 6:11 p.m. This would be the evening departure. Have a layover at LAX, and then you will depart or fly another PSA flight, and then you arrive at 10:55 p.m. And I'm guessing this is only for Saturdays. And then let's look for some other flights. So you have some flights from Albuquerque, Burbank, Detroit, Honolulu, Indianapolis. Here are some examples of US Air flights. So you would depart Sacramento at 6:11 p.m. You will have a layover at Los Angeles, and then you would take a US Air flight, and then you arrive at Indianapolis the next day at 6:01 a.m. And this is a Saturday only service, I guess. And then you also have some flights to Las Vegas. So 5:03 p.m. you'll depart at SMF, you'll have a layover at Burbank. You also take another PSA flight, and then you arrive at Las Vegas at 8:12 p.m. You also have some flights to LAX, and then these are just one stop. So you'll depart SMF at 8:05, and then you just arrive there at 9:35, and this is their flight number. And then this is Saturdays and Sundays, and then you also got some interesting destinations like Los Cabos, and you have layovers at LAX. And then MSP, you'll take some Northwest flights, Orange County, Pittsburgh, Portland, San Diego, and Tucson. So here is like the other page right there. So really cool, kind of like learning a little bit more about like how I read these timetables. And yeah, these timetables are really cool to like read. And let's look for some flights to San Francisco. Here it is. So here are the flights to San Francisco. There's a lot of destinations and a lot of frequencies they have for those SFO flights. So you can see Bellingham, and then you can see Eugene, Oregon in there, Long Beach, Medford, Monterey, Ontario. I'm guessing Ontario in Canada, if I could try to look. Okay, it's just Ontario, California. Thought it was going to be in Canada. And then you can see some more flights right there for San Francisco. So overall, not going to read the entire thing, but it's really cool to really look at them. And then you can see the route map right there. PSA offers over 500 flights a day throughout the West within low everyday fares. And then you can see their logo with the MD-80 with that iconic smile. And then you can see all, like, how many flights they offer. As you can see, San Diego being their hub, they offer so many flights. And then Sacramento has a couple of flights going to, like, well, for instance, LAX, Burbank, and then you can see, yeah, there's like a lot of routes. Some of them are also PSA, and yeah, they're like the Airline of California, so really cool to pick up one of these timetables to learn much about the history of PSA during its time. So yeah, this is like one of their last, once again, this is one of their last timetables they published since they're in the progress of merging with US Air. So yeah, that's the reason why it says now our smile is even better, because like they'll soon be integrated into US Air. So really nice to have this, and yeah, kind of like nice to learn about the histories and all of its operations for Pacific Southwest Airlines. Hopefully I could get more in the future. So that is the PSA flight, like the timetable for PSA. We got one more item to take a look at from this memorabilia haul, and we're gonna conclude this video from there. So with that being said, let's move on to our final memorabilia item. And the final memorabilia item we'll be taking a look at is the one I've been looking for many years. Well, to be exact, like 2 years, I guess. But, or maybe just a year or so. But, I've been looking for the safety card for a long time. I tried looking for those at Airlines International 2023 and 2024. They didn't have a specific, like, well, they do have one, I think in 2023, but I don't know why I decided to pass on to this. But when I saw this safety card on one of the vendor tables at the SFO show, I decided to finally get this safety card. So, it's a United Airlines safety card, and honestly, it's gonna be one of my favorite memorabilia items from my United Airlines memorabilia collection, and that is the Boeing 787 safety card for United Airlines. Man, like, the 787 honestly is my favorite aircraft, and United has a lot of like these aircraft in their fleet. They have the Dash 8, Dash 9, and Dash 10, so being able to snag a 787 safety card is a good deal. I think they were selling this for about $10 or $5, but it is a really good price right there. So, United 787 safety card, and as I open it up, here it is. So you can see all the various safety features like the water rats, and then all the evacuation slides right there. And then you can see the procedure on how to open the emergency exit door. And then over here you can see all the various like life jackets and how you proceed to like put them on. And then you can see all the various like safety features. This is well illustrated right here. So great work United on like, this is like a 2014 safety card. So yeah, it's well illustrated right here. So great work United on that. And then you can see all the various like other safety protocols right there. And then here's the back. So once again, this is a 2024 printed safety card, and you can see all the various back stuff right there. So yeah, really nice to have this. Have the safety card on the 787 Dreamliner, and honestly, the illustration of the 787 looks really good right here from all the various like water evacuations and the evacuation slides over there, right there. So really cool to have this, and yeah, what a way to finish off this memorabilia haul video with this safety card, a United 787 safety card. Just what I've been wanting for my memorabilia collection for a long time. So that's it for this memorabilia haul. So I know it's like small amount of items. I mean, like, I got a handful of items at least, but yeah, didn't grab too much memorabilia items during the SFO show, but hopefully next year I can in like March 8th of 2025 I can at least grab more, so I can see what memorabilia haul I can like do for next year's show. So that's it for this safety. Well, this is my safety card, of course. I just can't get a hold of this safety card, the 787 safety card. It's just amazing to have one. But yeah, that's it for the memorabilia haul video. So without being said, let me line up all my aviation memorabilia items, and we're gonna conclude this video from there. So without being said, let me get into that. And here are all the memorabilia items I got from the SFO One Day Show on September 21st, 2024. Honestly, I mean, I got less amount of memorabilia items, but this is kind of like a good starter for a first timer at the SFO show. And honestly, I got a handful of items right here. So I'm gonna give you guys a rundown on all of them. So we're gonna get started with all these like pictures right here and some postcards. So as you can see, some United postcards like this one, the 747 Battleship Gray. There's some pictures too, like these DC-10s. And then some Delta pictures too, like the 727 and 737, Hawaiian Airlines, and PSA right there. And the Philippine Airlines 747 I was able to catch too. Well, able to snag in this case. This was not my photo. I wish I was. I think this is in Honolulu, by the way. Just a curiosity, but I think that could be Honolulu. We also got some cards right there. Got an SFO trading card and a plain speaking card, or like a business card right there. Really nice to have one. Here are all the SFO flyers. So you got the one from the September 21st show, and then next year's show, which is March 8th, 2025. Same location and time right there. And as for the others, from this side, I got the United Airlines safety card for the 787. Really nice snag for that one. Also got a United Airlines Hemisphere magazine as well. Decided to get one because yes. And then I also got a PSA timetable right there. Really nice. I'm thinking this could be my first PSA timetable, so really nice to have one of those. And I got two Airliners International 2025 Atlanta flyers right here. So there's one, and then there's another one right there. Make sure to attend this convention because Airlines International, this is a really big convention for us Abe Geeks. It will be held on June 25 to the 28th of 2025, and hope to see you guys there. So overall, that's it for everything in this video. So really nice to, once again, have all these memorabilia items, and honestly, I got some good deals on these. And yeah, a lot of cheap items, like these memorabilia items, they don't cost like 50 or anything, depending on like the rarity of the item, but many of them are like $5 to $10, which honestly, or maybe like $1 to $2, which honestly, that's some good deals right there. So really nice to snag on these things, and hopefully I can try to like feature them on some other memorabilia haul or like memorabilia collection I ever featured. Like if ever I'm gonna be doing a memorabilia collection, then maybe I can feature those again. So yeah, really nice to have this, and don't forget to make sure to attend the Airliners 2025. I think I already said that already, but what I meant to say is make sure to attend the SFO one-day show on March 8th, 2025, 8:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the Best Western Crossover Airport Hotel. And yeah, same location as the September show. So hopefully to see you there, and hopefully I can attend that one-day show. So that is it for today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and turn on that post notification bell so you won't miss a video like this anytime soon. And don't forget to stay tuned for the upcoming mask unboxing from that one-day show that's going to be coming within the next couple of days. I'll make sure to have that premiered on a certain day. So, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Anyways, good night.